Hey guys, this is Fate, and a lot of you wanted me to talk about what I like about Warframe, which I did a poll on Twitter about what you want me to do next for a video, and it exploded on what I like about Warframe, which is understandable because throughout my channel and also live streams, I always talked about the things that I didn't like and also the things I would wish that would be changed on Warframe, but I never talked about what I liked about Warframe. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to do, to make a list of what I like about Warframe, considering, well, there's a lot. It's usually I would probably make an excuse saying, oh, it's because, it's literally what everyone rather watches from my channel or streams. But in general, I go back to it because for some reason I have a passion for it. And and if you don't know, I've been a fan of digital extremes way before Warframe. I've been a fan of digital extremes ever since, I think it was Bioshock 2. I think it was 1 or 2. I can't remember right now, but it was one of the Bioshock series, which it was kind of interesting that, once Bioshock 3 came out, which I think it's called Infinite now, whatever, it was completely different, and I was confused at that, and there was a lot of differences into, I think, in Bioshock and then the other ones. And that's when I started looking up who James Schmaltz is. James Schmaltz is the creator of Digital Extremes. He or a co-creator, I would say. And let's just say that he is one of my biggest inspirations, and seeing his game have certain things wrong with it kind of messes with me. And, of course, that's actually a bad thing if you think about it, But, at the same time, that's literally one of the main reasons as to why I go back to Warframe. It's just Digital Extremes itself as a whole is one of the biggest things that I go back to. And not only because my biggest inspirations is James Schmaltz, but the people in Warframe and Digital Extremes are mostly one of the biggest reasons why I come back to Warframe. And another thing is, the game itself, if you think about it as a whole, the game itself, it's not terrible. It is not a bad game. It's actually a pretty decent game. And so far, as of, late, the game has been improving significantly. Because if you think about it back then, when I talked about it in the, how I said the game kind of sucked ass while I was in college because there was no parkour. You couldn't, do all these crazy flip tricks and all that crap. You literally was stuck in cover while the enemies were just slaughtering you until you found the exploit with the bubble system of, back then there was a tree system with these bubbles which you place these sort of mods in, and it completely destroyed the game. But because I saw the passion into, like, what the Steve would say, and a lot of the developers in the Digital Extremes saw how much passion that they have for Warframe, that brought me into staying into Warframe. That was the number one thing that brought me into Warframe and to stay, because it's just like, they sort of made me have a lot of passion into gaming because of them. And that was one of the main reasons why I went to college for game production, to learn more about gaming and learn more about, the production value, the coding and all that stuff, to see what it takes to be a developer and how much shit that they go through and still, dish out a lot of good shit. Even though there's a lot of, bads and bugs and all that, they still dish out really good content. It takes maybe a goddamn while, but, might as well wait for something, magnificent instead of getting something shit, to be honest. And, yeah, like, oh my god, like, because of how much passion I see in the developers and how much time they sink into that game, it made me open up to say, wow, these these people are just, I like that. I like how like passionate they are with their game, how well they communicate with the, community, even though there are some people that say they don't. They actually do. Trust me, they do. And it's because of them, that's why I come back to the game. And the game itself is still fun. And like, yes, as a veteran, it gets stale over time, but that's with every other game ever, to be honest. Every game has its end, and as sad as that is, that's the truth of it. And there'll be times that I'll say I want to play Warframe now because it is a game that I want to play at that point in time. It's like how I am with Super Metroid. I still have the fucking game. I still have Super Nintendo, and I still go like, you know what? I want to play this game. And then I go and play Super Metroid, and that's how I am with Warframe. And at the end of the day, yes, it's not like Super Metroid or nothing changes, but the game's still good. Warframe always changes. There's so many changes that has happened. Like recently, they changed the end, the rewards music, which was like taking away the nostalgia of Warframe, but at the same time, it's understandable considering it is a game that is continuously changing, and it's out of the passion from the devs as to why they do these changes. And that's literally one of the many reasons why I like Warframe. And yeah, it's an amazing game. It's one of the most amazing games Digital Extremes has ever made. And at the end of the day, I might bitch and moan about things that are in Warframe that pisses me off. I might bitch and moan about the things that the devs say or do. But at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, I'll always come back. I would always come back, see the changes. And I still have so much passion for the company itself. Sorry I didn't make a list. Sorry if I rambled on a little bit, but to be honest, I don't know how to make a list out of this because that's literally all I can think of. I wanted to make a whole list, but I can't make a list. I tried so hard, and this is the end result. And yeah, I hope you understand. I'm sorry if I'm dragging this even more. It's just it's kind of easy for me to bitch about the game itself than to praise it, because you want, in my opinion, like, I see Warframe and I just don't want it to die. I literally don't want it to die, and that's crazy because this is a gaming community where we just play the game to play the fucking game, and to see that there's a lot of players showing their concern, and I know, and in the bottom of their hearts, they just don't want Warframe to die. And to be honest, it brings a smile to my face, and to see how many people that have followed me because of how much passion they have for the game. Even if they quit, they'll eventually come back, or maybe they won't come back. It all depends. But like, yeah, it's amazing. Like, I cannot believe how much passion the devs, the players themselves, everything. Like, even, like, for instance, yeah, me, Frozen Balls, and maybe Mogamo, like, every one of us usually complain about something that is wrong with Warframe, but at the end of the day, we do it out of passion. We have so much passion for the game. We have so much passion because the devs are wonderful, the game is wonderful. It's just brings a smile to my face. And to be frank, that's really all there is to it. I guess passion and the time sinking into it, and just the love of the game. I hope you enjoyed the video, even though there's probably a lot of pauses, to be honest, because I don't like to edit videos like this because, you know, I want to be genuine. I want to be more, you know, honest. And if there's some things that contradicted towards what I said in my last video, to be honest, the feeling itself is contradicting. Keep that in mind. Anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next video. And I hope to see you all in TennoCon. Or at least most of you, considering... You know what, I'm just gonna end the fucking video here. Bye guys, see you in the next video.